This is the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, and you're listening to Sports Final with Steve the Baxman Baxley. More than sports, it's at least fun. And as always, we're presented to you by the L2C Media Network. It's Saturday, and you know what that means. And if you do, you let us know. And now, here's your host, the man with the biggest sporty balls in all of sports, Steve Baxman Baxley. Hi there, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. Bienvenue. How y'all doing? It is a Saturday night, and that only means one thing, college football, and that's all I can tell you is, if you are a fan of ours, if you are a loyal listener to this insanity, you know when we say oi, that means something has happened. And yes, something has. We didn't put up a promo. So, what we're going to do right now is do something never before done before. We are going to put a promo on live. And wow, is it going to be fun? Should be. And here it is. Oh yeah, got it. YouTube.com/Lugnuts6. It's phone number right there. Do that. We didn't put up our board. Boy, we're really intelligent today, ain't we, kids? Mm-hmm. So we'll just do like this and post. And we go to Twitter and do the same thing. That's right. We go to Twitter and do the same thing. And that is, we just tell folks and we go like this and this and this and that and do the shimmy doo doo and do a diddy doo doo do do and well we'll just there you go. All right. Smart, isn't it? Yes. Okay, it is time right now for our show, and that means only one thing. It is time for the Prudential College Football Scoreboard, not presented by Prudential for life, health, auto, and home insurance. Call your local Prudential insurance agent and get a piece of the rock Prudential insurance. We got some ball games still going on in progress. Let's give it to you. 10:47 remaining in the fourth quarter. LSU is spanking the University of Louisiana Monroe 24-7. Minute 16 left to play in the third quarter. Boise State blanking New Mexico like a scalded puppy, 27-0. 6 minutes before they go into the half, Oregon State leads Arizona State 10-0. And just starting, in fact, they are about 4 minutes and 8 seconds away from ending the first quarter. And it is Hawaii over Colorado State 9-7. Let's give you some final scores. And I know you love our final scores. Yes, we do. Number one ranked Georgia, obviously they will keep that number one ranking. They mollywopped Charleston Southern by a score of 56-7. Western Kentucky over Florida, over FAU, might as well just call it like it is, by a score of 52-17. Florida State beat Boston College by 3, 26-23, 13th ranked Oklahoma defeated Iowa State 28-21. Kent State uprooted the Akron. I guess you could say they zipped the Zips. 38-0. In a massacre of biblical proportions, Michigan State lost to Ohio State in Columbus. In fact, they lost this game in the first quarter. It was 21-0. Before the half, it was 49-0. That should tell you how far this went. 56-7, Ohio State over Michigan State. Well, guess what? Ohio State has to meet up with Michigan. And Michigan State takes on Penn State. Now, I'm going to say this just once, folks, but I will repeat it many a times. Right now, Ohio State is looking at a possible 4 ranking in the college football playoff system, or playoff rankings. But this Saturday, the end of the Big Ten season, let's not just put away the placards yet, because if Michigan should beat Ohio State, and Michigan State beats Penn State, then everything is still up for grabs. This is going to be a very interesting last Saturday of action. So let it begin. University of Kentucky over New Mexico State, 56-16. 16th ranked Texas A&M over Prairie View, 52-3. Purdue over Northwestern, 32-14. Penn State blank Rutgers, 28-0. Tulane over South Florida, 45-14. West Virginia and some homemade pumpkin pie. Defeated Texas, 31-23. Number 25, Mississippi State over Tennessee State, 55-10. Army defeated Massachusetts, 33-17. Clemson defeated 10th-ranked Wake Forest, 48-27. North Kakalaki over Wofford, 34-14. Coastal Carolina over Texas State, 35-21. Georgia State over Arkansas State, 28-20. 17th-ranked Iowa over Illinois, 33-23. 8th-ranked Notre Dame blank Georgia Tech, 55-0. Let me put it to you this way. For those of you who remember what Dan O'Toole, Canadian sportscaster once, who also worked for Fox Sports 1, when they had a sports department, or sports news department, along with his good friend, Jay Henry. Remember to always take the over. To you folks who did that advice, take my advice. When you get your money, run like hell. Unknown relatives you never even heard of will come after you. That is a gambling tip from the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Colorado over Washington, 20-17. Appalachian State over Troy, 45-7. Number 2 ranked Alabama over 21 ranked Arkansas, 42-35. You can look for Alabama to be number 2 in this week's AP Top 25, which we'll have for you tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock on our After the First Half broadcast, as we take a review of the 1 o'clock games. And there aren't that many of them this week in the NFL. We'll get a hold of our friend, Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman, for his picks coming up. East Carolina over Navy, 38-35. Number 6, Michigan mollywopped Maryland, 59-18. Minnesota over Indiana, 35-14. Marshall over Charlotte, 49-28. 15th ranked Wisconsin over Nebraska, 35-28. Old Dominion over Middle Tennessee, 24-17. 5th ranked Cincinnati over SMU 48-14. Number 22 ranked University of Texas San Antonio beat UAB by 3, 34-31. 18th ranked Pittsburgh over Virginia 48-38. 14th ranked BYU over Georgia Southern 34-17. By the way, 18th ranked Pittsburgh beat Virginia 48-38. 20th ranked North Carolina State over Syracuse 41-17. In overtime, Missouri over Florida by 1, 24-23. TCU over Kansas, 31-28. University of Texas, El Paso over Rice, 38-28. Tulsa over Temple, 44-10. UCLA over USC, 62-33. Do we have our bell? Because, man, that is a wild score. Bing that bell, please. Thank you. 62-33, UCLA over USC. University of Central Florida over Connecticut, 49-17. Louisiana over Liberty with no justice for all. 42-14, 11th ranked Baylor, 20-10 win over Kansas State. South Carolina over Auburn, 21-17. California over Sanford, 41-11. North Texas over Florida International, 49-47. Number 23 ranked Utah over number 3 Oregon in a shocker, 38-7. That's going to shake things up in both the AP Top 25 and the college football playoff rankings. Tennessee over South Alabama, 60-40. Number 12th ranked Ole Miss over Vanderbilt, 31-17. Miami of Florida over Virginia Tech, 38-26. 9th ranked Oklahoma State, a 23-0 winner over Texas Tech. Wyoming over Utah State, 44-17. Southern Miss over Louisiana Tech, 35-19. It took 3 overtimes, and Air Force beat Nevada 41-39. Washington State over Arizona 44-18. 24th ranked Houston over and under. Where are we? 24th ranked Houston over Memphis 31-13. 19th ranked San Diego State over UNLV 28-20. Louisville over Duke 62-22. Central Michigan over Ball State, 37-17. In overtime, it was Northern Illinois over Buffalo, 33-27. Toledo beat Ohio, 35-23. Eastern Michigan beat Western Michigan, 22-21. And finally, Miami of Ohio over Bowling Green, 34-7. And that is your Not the Prudential College Football Scoreboard, not presented by Prudential. For life, health, auto, and home insurance, call your local Prudential agent. Get a piece of the rock. Prudential Insurance. All right. Let's go from there to, and I wear this hat. Where is that? Is this the hat? No, that's not the hat. Where is Le Chapeau? Where is the chapeau? It is right here. I wear this hat for my Canadian friends, including Dandelion Fluff. They should be watching. Yes, I got this from the CBC 50th anniversary train stop in Windsor, Ontario. That's right, folks. There's only one true hockey night in Canada. There it is. Right there, an original Hockey Night in Canada hat, because on the back, there you see the present logo. And yes, friends, it is official. Right there you go, CBC Sports and NHL logo. There you go. That was when CBC still owned Hockey Night in Canada. Now, for about 5 more years, it belongs to Rogers. Waha. All right, let's light it up and get you ready for NHL Scores. That's right. It is time for our Hockey Scores segment. And it was a big old night in hockey. We got 3 games still in progress right now. Let's go to them. But in the second intermission, Edmonton Oilers lead the Linda Steel Chicago Blackhawks 4-1. Also in the second intermission, the Columbus Blue Jackets lead the Vegas Golden Knights 2-1. And midway out of the second period, the Washington Capitals over the San Jose Sharks 2-0. Final scores with 3-star selections. Carolina Hurricanes over Los Angeles Kings 5-4. Kemp for Los Angeles, 2 goals. Ow for Carolina, 1 goal and 1 assist. And Edler, 2 assists for Los Angeles. New Jersey Devils over the defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning 5-3. Sharangovich for New Jersey, 2 goals, 1 assist. Blackwood for New Jersey, 31 saves. And Zoot for Tampa Bay, 1 goal and 1 assist. More final scores. Florida Panthers over the Minnesota Wild, 5-4. But Toronto for Florida, 2 goals, 1 assist. Ekblad for Florida, 2 assists. And Bobrovsky for Florida, 35 saves. Excusez-moi. 35 saves. Is that very clear? Yes, it is. Let's make sure that. Yep, 35 saves. Okay. Bruins beat the Flyers 5-2. Forbort for Boston, 2 goals. Smith for Boston, 1 goal and assist. And Brassard for Philly, 2 goals. Calgary Flames over the New York Islanders 5-2. Mangapan for Calgary, 2 goals. Nelson for the Islanders, 2 goals. Hanifin for Calgary, 3 assists. Les Canadiens de Montreal over the Nashville Predators 6-3. Poling for Montreal, 2 goals. Duchesne for Nashville, 3 goals. And Lekkonen for Montreal, 1 goal and assist. Penguins upended the Maple Leafs by a score of 2-0. Jerry for Pittsburgh, 26 saves. Gunsel for Pittsburgh, 1 goal. And Campbell for Toronto, 29 saves. And in overtime, the Arizona Coyotes, or as we like to call them now, the Arizona Gypsy Coyotes, because after this season, they will have no home. So they're still looking for a home where the buffalo won't roam. And the deer and the antelope will still continue to play. They beat the Red Wings 2-1. The St. Louis Blues and the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars beat the St. Louis Blues by a score of 4-1. Hintz for Dallas, 2 goals. Raffle for Dallas, 2 assists. And Binghamton for St. Louis, 29 saves. Rangers and Senators postponed for COVID reasoning. Okay, you think that's it for our hockey scores? Niet, my friends, niet. We got more hockey scores for you. That's that. We got hockey. Do we have hockey? You're damn right we got hockey. So let's get to it, shall we? In the Atlantic Hockey Conference, Army beat Niagara 4-1. Ritt defeated Holy Cross 4-3. Mercyhurst defeated Canisius 5-2. Sacred Heart beat Air Force 4-1. In the Big Ten, Minnesota over Penn State 4-2. Michigan State over Wisconsin 5-2. And number 1 ranked Michigan in overtime lost to 14th ranked Notre Dame in an upset 5-4. In the CCHA, it was number 20 Bemidji State over Michigan Tech 4-3. Third-ranked Minnesota State over St. Thomas 5-0. Northern Michigan beat Ferris State in overtime 7-6. Bowling Green over Lake Superior 6-2. In the ECAC, fifth-ranked Quinnipiac over St. Lawrence 8-0. Colgate over Brown 6-0. Clarkson over Princeton 8-3. Cornell, 10th ranked Cornell over Yale 3-0. In Hockey East, it was 15th ranked UMass Lowell over Connecticut 3-0. 18th ranked Northeastern and Boston University ended in a tie even after overtime. New Hampshire beat 8th-ranked Massachusetts 2-1. Providence, 12th-ranked Providence, defeated Vermont 2-0. In the NCHC, it was 13th-ranked Western Michigan over number 2-ranked St. Cloud 4-0. 6th-ranked North Dakota over 4th-ranked Minnesota Duluth 2-1. 11th-ranked Denver over unranked Miami 7-1. And in non-conference action, Rensselaer and LIU ended in a 2-2 tie after overtime. And number 9-ranked Omaha leads Alaska 3-0 at the end of the first period. Now, let's get you over to the minors. And I think we only, as we said, we only follow two. That's the AHL and the OHL, the American Hockey League. And let's see, we got a full slate, me hopes. And we do, so let's full slate it. All right, Colorado Eagles defeated the Henderson Silver Knights by a score of 2-1. Toronto Marlies over Lehigh Valley Phantoms 3-2. San Diego Gulls over the San Jose Barracuda 2-1. Belleville Cinders over Laval Rocket 5-2. That isn't enough. The Utica Comets over the Rochester Americans 5-3. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins over the Providence Bruins 3-1. Springfield Thunderbirds over the Bridgeport Islanders 2-1. Hartford Wolfpack over the Hershey Bears 7-3. In a shootout, the Rockford Ice Hogs dealt the Chicago Wolves a mighty blow 3-2. Texas Stars over the Grand Rapids Griffins in overtime 4-3. And we wrap it up with the Ontario Hockey League. So let's delve into that. 6 games on the slate for today. Guelph over Sarnia 4-3. London over Kitchener 4-0. Windsor over Flint 7-0. Hamilton over Sudbury 4-0. Barrie over Niagara 6-2. And Owen Sound over Saginaw 6-3. And there you go. That is thus for our hockey segment. Let's take you now from hockey, from the frozen, or as we like to call it, from the hard synthetic ice to the hardwood of the NBA. Mighty big whoopsie-doops. Let's go now to the NBA scoreboard. By the way, once again, if I didn't tell you, all of our scores are presented to you by Caesars Sportsbook, who reminds you that we are all Caesars. But I look better in a toga. Anyway, 9 minutes, 47 seconds. Thank you. 9:47 left to play in the fourth and final quarter, unless a tie begins. Portland Trail Blazers lead the Philadelphia 76ers 89-82. In the fourth quarter, 9:32 remaining in that one. The Utah Jazz lead the Sacramento Kings by a score of 96-82. Final scores: Knicks over Rockets 106-99. Wizards over Heat 103-100. Pacers over Pelicans 111-94. Hawks over Hornets 115-105. Celtics over Thunder 111-105. Timberwolves over Grizzlies 138-95. And the defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks defeat the Orlando Magic 117-108. And with that said, let's go to some college basketball, and you know what that means. That's right. We go completely nuts and hope and pray that we don't screw up. So here we go. Let's roll it. Navy over Vermont, 55-51. Milwaukee over Northern Kentucky, 61-49. Florida Gulf Coast over Fairfield, 83-61. Connecticut beat Minnesota, 88-58. Austin P over Butler, 68-65. Northern Iowa over Wichita State, 87-55. Rhode Island over Princeton, 61-53. Canisius over Colgate, 61-58. Nebraska over North Carolina Central, 113-58. Loyola of Chicago, 71. Chicago State, 59. Stony Brook over Iona, 53-46. Boston College over Providence, 85-73. Michigan, undefeated, defeated Central Michigan, 69-45. Ohio over Mercyhurst, 90-46. Farley Dickinson, 63-32 over Cornell. LaSalle over Niagara, 83-71. Presbyterian over St. Thomas of Minnesota, 82-62. St. Bonaventure over Binghamton, 63-55. You got to be kidding on this score. Purdue Fort Wayne over IUPUI, 2-0. If anyone can give me any reason why that score, something's wrong with that score, let us know. Temple over Bucknell, 59-46. Coastal Carolina over North Carolina Wilmington, 73-62. North Alabama beat Georgia State by 1, 91-90 in overtime. Green Bay over Wright State, 78-67 in regulation. Northeastern over Massachusetts Lowell, 61-47. St. Francis of Brooklyn over Rider in the sky, 74-62. San Diego State, 65. Georgia Southern, 57. Longwood over St. Francis of Pennsylvania, 65-54. Portland State over Prairie View A&M, 75-61. Hofstra beat Loyola of Maryland, 55-53. Drexel defeated Maryland East Shore, 65-60. Oakland defeated Robert Morris by that same score, 65-60. Central Arkansas, 62. Louisiana Monroe, 41. Youngstown State over dilapidated Detroit Mercy, 64-56. Furman over UNC Asheville, 64-49. Tarleton State over Howard Payne, 87-44. Stetson by 2 over Manhattan, 57-55. South Florida over Syracuse, 77-53. Louisiana Lafayette over New Orleans, 64-45. If that's not enough, Southern Miss over Samford, 71-66. UNLV over Southern Utah, 92-59. Dixie State over the University of Antelope Valley, 73-37. Oregon State, can we get back, please? I was doing so well, and now we are screwed up. Hang on, folks. We will be unscrewed up any moment now. We got to remember, these things happen, and when they do, we just say foo-foo. There we go, a little short there. Okay, where are we here? We've already done half of these scores. Syracuse. Okay, we're over here. All right, thank you. Dixie State over University of Antelope Valley, 73-37. Oregon State over Cal State Bakersfield, 82-51. North Dakota over Montana State, 89-85. Tennessee Martin over Illinois State, 54-52. Oklahoma State, 68-48 over Rice. Air Force, 67. Cal State Fullerton, 59. Villanova over St. Joseph's of Pennsylvania by a score of 55-39. Memphis over Florida A&M, 75-46. Stephen F. Austin spanked Arlington Baptist and turned them into Christians. Bad joke. I'm sorry, but I got to do one bad joke. 137-46. They converted. Kansas City over Grand Canyon, 89-62. Sam Houston State over Hartford, 88-65. Nevada over Utah Valley, 70-64. BYU over Boise State, 84-40. Western Carolina over Charleston Southern, 74-48. Indiana over Quinnipiac, 67-59. Wagner over Brown, 67-57. And do we have scores for tonight? We looked at yesterday. Yes. One score still going on. 3:18 left in the first overtime. Western Michigan leads St. Mary's 62-58. There are your women's scores. How about the men's scores? That's right. How about the NC2A men's scorages? Okay, let's do that. Boom chakalaka. All right, here we go. Let's stretch them out so you can be able to read them. Like magic, it appears. Okay, 151 remaining in the game. It is San Diego State over UT of Arlington, 62-54. 3:17 left to play in the first half. Texas State over Eastern Washington, 24-21. NJIT Wagner and American NJIT and Wagner, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as American versus Western Carolina. I think that's tomorrow. Final scores: in 4th-ranked UNLV, 74-61. 5th-ranked Villanova over 17th-ranked Tennessee, 71-53. Number 6, Purdue over 18th-ranked North Carolina, 93-84. 8th-ranked Texas over San Jose State, 79-45. 9th-ranked Baylor, an 86-48 winner over Stanford. 23rd-ranked UConn, an 87-63 winner over Binghamton. Bethune Cookman over Bryant, 81-75. Monmouth over St. Joseph, 87-75. Drake over Richmond, 73-70. Quinnipiac over Central Connecticut State, 76-65. Buffalo over Rider, 87-65. Cleveland State over Canisius, 80-70. Columbia over CMSV, 87-62. Austin Peay over Dayton, 87-81. UCF over Evansville, 75-59. High Point over Howard, 73-63. Louisville over Detroit Mercy, 73-67. Miami of Ohio over Heidelberg, 90-45. North Florida over Weber International, 103-43. Gee, when did Weber International decide to score? Northern Arizona over UTRGV or the University of Texas. Rio Grande Valley, 89-87. SIUE over Youngstown State, 69-66. Air Force over Holy Cross, 72-53. CSUN over Dixie State, 79-73. Charleston Southern over Bob Jones, 119-63. Troy over UT Martin, 80-67. Brown over Bradley, 65-62. UNCW over Delaware State, 67-63. Garner-Webb, a 100-38 game over Carver. LaSalle beat Army West Point, 61-58. New Mexico defeated Montana State, 81-78. South Alabama defeated Mobile, 78-45. That's right, 78-45. UC Santa Barbara, an 81-50 winner over Chicago State. Chattanooga over VCU, 56-54. Wake Forest over North Carolina A&T. A score of 87-63. Central Arkansas over Oral Roberts, 76-7. St. Thomas, Minnesota over Niagara, 76-67. Utah over Boston College, 68-61. Georgia Southern over Hampton, 86-66. Michigan State over Eastern Michigan, 83-59. Marist over VMI, 78-74 in overtime. Navy over Radford, 47-33. St. Louis over Mercer, 75-58. Colgate over Syracuse, 100-85. Texas Tech over UIW, 84-62. Georgia State over William & Mary. I've heard of those two. They were still together. Wow. 77-59. Colorado in overtime over Duquesne, 84-76. Florida Atlantic over North Dakota, 98-79. Manhattan over Liberty, 76-60. St. John's of New York over Farley Dickinson, 87-74. Illinois State over Bucknell in overtime, 105-100. UC Riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Over Bethesda of California, 95-57. Eastern Kentucky over Albany, New York, 77-64. Tulsa over Rhode Island, 77-71. Alabama State over NC Central in overtime, 80-74. DePaul over Western Illinois, 84-80. Portland over Morgan State, 74-63. Fairfield over Sacred Heart, 71-61. Vanderbilt over Winthrop, 77-63. Iona over North Alabama, 81-65. BYU over Central Methodist, 97-61. Montana over Omaha, 68-47. UC Irvine over Pepperdine, 82-48. UC San Diego over Sacramento State, 71-56. Harvard over MIT, 98-52. Loyola of Chicago over UIC, 80-63. And finally, Longwood over UMBC, 82-55. And there you go, right there. Let's go to the G League, as I like to call it, the G League. And let's go to the schedule. We are looking, of course, for, I do believe, the 20th. Yes, sir. Let's roll into the 20th. And boom, shakalaka. There we go. About 4 games played tonight. Lakeland Magic over the Greensboro Swarm. Not Swamp, but Swarm, 111-107. Long Island Nets over Raptors 905, 114-110. South Bay Lakers over Oklahoma City Blue, 104-101. And the Rio Grande Valley Vipers beat the Mexico City Capitanes by a score of 112-104. Wow. And there you go. That is our NBA scoreboard du jour. That is our entire scoreboard. Really exciting. Yes, it certainly was. Okay, let us get to you. Yes. Let us start our. Oh, yeah, why not? Okay, folks, before we do the headlines, we got to do one thing, and that is give you your weekly look at football. That's right, folks. It's time to bring you. Let's get the strap, shall we, for this one? Hopefully, this will work. All right, now, kiddies, we are. There we go. Okay. It is time now to go Rapping with the Rabbi, Week 10 picks. And for that, let's go to Harry for the introductions. And I got to do this. Here we go. Oh, okay, are we ready? Now we're ready. Whoa, hello. Okay, we ready? We're ready now? Here it is. It's our usual Rapping with the Rabbi, the Week 10 picks. And here's a rabbi. And I get to, okay, we only hold that there. How are we going to do this? Oh, yeah, simple. Fade. Now let's play it with gusto. Thanks, Steve, and it's time once again. For all the terrible issues have been solved, let's take you live to the American Football League for this week's edition of Rapping with the Rabbi. And the Rabbi himself, Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman. Monsignor Rabbi. We're going to be done this now for 2 years. still persist on calling by my official name, Monsignor Rabbi Fleischman. All right, Shaggy, let's get to it. Well, thank you very much, and it is good to see that boys and Jackson have got everything all fixed because for 3 weeks we've had nothing more than a conductor signal coming here from the Vatican Football League. We also have people going to know that across the road from the Vatican is a nice tall building, and one of the offices is the offices of the Vatican Football League, which you are still in some ways connected. Is correct. I am still a commissioner, and I am also one of the referees. I am sort of the substitute referee. All right, so let's get to it. Yeah, let's get to it. Because I do, I studied it. So, here we go. The Bucks, 1 minute. Cleveland Browns. Well, Detroit to survive. At least got a tie. This time, they're going to win. Detroit 27, Cleveland 17, Detroit by 10. The next game will be the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Green Bay 31, Minnesota 27, Green Bay by 4. At least my Packers will be. The New Orleans Saints, they had troubles recently. First, they're going to be at Philadelphia, become the Philadelphia Eagles. They had no trouble, and it's not just in River City. I know. New Orleans 27, Philadelphia 14, New Orleans by 13. The San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars, 25, Florida. Well, this time we're going to have an all-elite football team. Next year, San Francisco will do the job 17-10 on Jacksonville, San Francisco by 7. The Washington fill-in-the-blanks go to Carolina with a banjo not on their knee, but with a promise, and it will be unfulfilled. Carolina, the Panthers, roar 32-17, Carolina by 14. The Fox 425 games, the Arizona Cardinals, they might as well just waltz into the playoffs. They're going at Seattle, the Seahawks, but they just might be a stumbling block. I think Seattle's still got a lot of breath in them. They will beat Arizona 34-27, Seattle by a touchdown. The Dallas Cowboys and traveling. I gotta read this one. The Dallas Cowboys are traveling to Kansas City. As the Bucksman would say, Kansas City, here we come. To lose. Kansas City 31, Dallas 27, Kansas City by 14. And I'll tell you this, Bucksman sings it better than I do. Yes, but here's something he does. What's that? What's that? Oh, accent. The CBS 1 o'clock games. I like that one pass. Number 2. The Baltimore Ravens at the Chicago Bears. They're down, Chicago Bears. Baltimore will still beat your ass. 37-17, Baltimore by 20. That's a ballsy prediction. How do you think we're on this show? The Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Give me Tennessee 37, Houston 21, Tennessee by 16. The Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. Give me Buffalo 26, Indianapolis 14, Buffalo by 12. The Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Are you kidding me? This is an easy game for Miami to win. Unfortunately, they won't. The Jets come back to the last minute. I'm here. Will forget their problems. Come on, get happy. Please. Big of you. Yeah, that's all you can do is just beg, because I got a lot of them. Vegas 21-13 over Cincinnati. Vegas by 8. The Sunday night NBC Peacock Game of the Week will be as well as on. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Chargers. Give me the Chargers 26-17 over Pittsburgh. Chargers by 9. And finally, the Monday night nine cast. Hey, do you know those two brothers, the Green brothers, that would see the franchise from being canceled? Now it's saved them even further. What's that? They only put them on ABC about 4 times. New York Giants at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, Tommy Buccaneer, you've had a lot of problems recently, but tonight, Monday night, we're going to solve them. We'll be back on top of it. Tampa Bay 36, New York Giants 21, Tampa Bay by 15. And join me Wednesday for a special trifecta Thursday edition. Because Thursday is Thanksgiving Day, and I have a special way of making that day very possible, very probable, and very interesting. How's that? Going to show up? Anyway, I will have our good friend, the Pope, with me to make one of the three predictions. He's saying which one? I'm letting him choose. So, get ready for that. Not only does Greg wants to hear your voice, instead of letting it transcribe the way it was last week. Anyway, thank you all very much. I am Monsignor Rabbi Hiram Shecky Fleischman of the Vatican Football League. And this is Breakfast with the Rabbi. Lord Harold. X-Man. A very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for giving me a place to be every week for, again, the third football season. Thank you, my friend, the Pope. I honor you each and every week. And so do I. And I've been ready for years. We have decided to invite you and the Pakistan as unofficial members of the DFL. And with that, we say thank you. And we'll see you Wednesday night right here on Sports. All right. Thank you very much, Harold, and Your Eminence. Thank you as well. Told you we were going to have some interesting entertainment, and we did. So thank you very much, guys. How did our good friend the Rabbi do this week, you may ask, nay, may inquire within the realm of enjoyment? Well, we're going to tell you that right now as we pop it up. Well, not pop it up on a board. Well, until we learn how to do it, that is. But the Rabbi last week did not do too bad. Come on. Get down there. All right. The Rabbi did pretty fair. 6-6-1. That's right. 6-6-1 for sadly 46th percentile. And overall, he has 92, 56-1, 61, about 62% accuracy. So he's getting up there. We hope by the time the season ends, he should actually be embroiled in maybe 70, 80%. But again, we shall see how he does when we talk to him on Wednesday night. But we thought we'd let you know. And we're glad we did. Okay, let's get you some headlines. And right now, what we're going to do is simple. We're going to give you the headline of a boxing. Yeah, we got some live boxing updates. It's the Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter for the WBO welterweight championship. Let's go through the card. There's about 3 unders and 1 major. So let's go to it. Raymond Muratalia defeated Ellis Damian Araujo via 5th round knockout. Janabek Alimakhanle defeated Hassan Nadam via 8th round TKO. Esquiva Falco Esquiva Falcao defeated Patrice Volney via technical split decision 58-57, 56-58, and 58-56. And it has now ended. Terrence Crawford, the champion, defeated Sean Porter via 10th round technical knockout, a corner stoppage. His corner threw in the towel, as it were. And the scorecard was Crawford 85, Porter 86, but Crawford did score the knockout, so he got it. All right, in college football news, after losing on the road against West Virginia 31-23, thank you. Texas was officially eliminated from bowl contention for the first time since 2016. Unfortunately, for one of the proudest programs in college, the infamous history does not stop there. The Longhorns fell to 4-7 after losing 6 straight games for the first time since 1956. A loss also means head coach Steve Sarkisian has officially clinched the worst record for a first-year head coach on the 40 acres since Dana X. Bible in 37. Now, for comparison, Bible took over a program that went 2-6-1. Texas went 7-3 last season before firing Tom Herman. If the Horn loses their final game against Kansas State, they will clinch the program's worst winning percentage since that 56 season when Texas went 1-9 and fired 6-year head coach Edwin Price. When Texas opted to make a coaching change, the results on the field weren't terrible. Herman went 25-12 over his last 3 seasons. The Longhorns were in the Big 12 title race until late into Herman's final season and even rose to number 8 in the AP Top 25. At one point, Herman's ceiling was never as high as fans and boosters wanted, but the floor wasn't as low as it is now. The remaining talent was obvious earlier in the season as Texas built up double-digit leads against number 9 Oklahoma State, number 11 Baylor, number 13 Oklahoma. Running back Bijan Robinson was a Heisman contender. Wide receiver Xavier Worthy set the program freshman record for receiving touchdowns. Unfortunately, the Longhorns blew all 3 leads, setting off the historically embarrassing slide. So, good luck. Good luck next week. And let's. We're trying to bop it here. Okay, let's get some more headlines, and then we'll puddle jump to the international segment. And the SEC title game, Georgia versus Alabama matchup, has been set up after Crimson Tide clinched the SEC West. That's right. And they did that with a 42-35 win against Arkansas on Saturday. Clinching the SEC West for a 3rd time in 4 years since 2014 did not come easy for Alabama, which had to overcome a late fake field goal from Arkansas that resulted in a touchdown, but the victory by any margin remains good enough to lock up the division with the Iron Bowl against Auburn left on the regular season schedule. Even if the Tide were to lose to the Tigers and finish at 6-2 in conference play instead of 7-1, the only team still with 2 conference losses in the SEC West, Ole Miss lacks the head-to-head advantage. Texas A&M, the only team to beat Alabama in conference play to this point, has 3 conference losses and fell out of SEC West contention with its loss to the Rebels last weekend. In tennis, Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai hasn't been seen in public for 18 days and counting. This comes after she accused a former Chinese Communist Party leader of sexual assault on November 2nd. It has created significant concern within both the WTA and tennis community over her whereabouts. The former French Open and Wimbledon doubles champion claimed retired Vice Premier Zhang Gali forced her into sex 3 years ago and has since deleted online posts to the Chinese social media site Weibo. Peng has not been seen in public since, aside from a heavily scrutinized video China state media released of her at a Beijing restaurant on Saturday. The World Tennis Association has actively pressured China into confirming Peng's safety and investigating her allegations, even threatening to pull its lucrative business from the country if those actions are taken. The White House and the United Nations also came to Peng's defense, as both called for investigations into her allegations and disappearance. Peng's tennis peers have been equally supportive, with Novak Djokovic calling her disappearance shocking, and former tennis pro, now an ESPN analyst, Chris Everett, describing the entire situation as disturbing. Billie Jean King wrote that she hopes Peng, a former world number 1, is found safe, while Elise Cornet added, "Let's not remain silent," with the hashtag, "Where is Peng Shuai?" The most prominent women's tennis player on the planet, Naomi Osaka, tweeted that she is, quote, "in shock of the current situation," and is, quote, "sending love and light her way." Serena Williams, the sport's preeminent force long before Osaka, shared the same picture of Peng with an equally concerned sentiment. And there you go. That is the latest on Peng Shuai, excuse. Okay, let's keep going. We got about 3 minutes, so we might as well just do a quick scan of the media sites and see if let's see. Okay, nothing much. We'll check with it on Sunday. Right now, let's take you to the international section of our broadcast, and then we will take our leave. The Premier League. And a big old day of soccer action. Chelsea over Leicester City, 3-0. Aston Villa over Brighton and Hove Albion, 2-0. Burnley and Crystal Palace tied at 3, as did Newcastle United and Brentford. Norwich City over Southampton, 2-1. Watford over Manchester United, 4-1. Wolverhampton Wanderers over West Ham United, 1-0. Liverpool over Arsenal, 4-0. In the Scottish Premier League, it was Dundee United over Aberdeen, 1-0. Motherwell over Heart of Midlothian, 2-0. St. Mirren over Livingston, 1-up. So they ended up in a tie. Scottish League Cup action, Celtic over St. Johnstone, 1-0. The FA Women's Super League, Manchester City over Aston Villa, 5-0. And let's see here what else happened. The FA Women's Championship, Liverpool over Sunderland, 3-1. And we keep our love going here. To the Major League Soccer, Philadelphia over New York Red Bulls, 1-0. Sporting Kansas City over Vancouver Whitecaps, 3-1. We got one more little sneaking segment left, and then we are history for this evening. and all around the world. Yes, we're going over an hour, so bear with. Here we go. In Das Bundesliga, Wolfsburg and Arminia Bielefeld tied at 2. Mönchengladbach over Greuther Fürth 4-0. Bayer Leverkusen over Bochum 1-0. Dortmund over Stuttgart 2-1. Hoffenheim over RB Leipzig 2-0. Union Berlin over Hertha Berlin 2-0. In Italy, Series A, Atalanta over Spezia 5-2. Juventus over Lazio 2-0. Florentino over Milan 4-3. And in La Liga action, Barcelona over Espanyol 1-0. Athletic Madrid over Osasuna 1-0. Seville over tied with Alves 2-2. Celta Vigo and Villarreal tied at 1. We go now. Yes, we go now. Yeah, update the NHL for you. Vegas Golden Knights 17 minutes into in the third period. Vegas Golden Knights over the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2. And with 4 minutes remaining in regulation, the Washington Capitals lead the San Jose Sharks 2-0. In the Nippon Professional Baseball League playoffs, Oric Buffaloes over the Yakut Swallows 4-3. Higa gets the win for the Buffaloes. He's 2-0. McGough gets a loss for the Swallows. He's 3-3. And ladies and gentlemen, this comes to us. Thank you. Yes, friends, the bell has sounded, the gong has went, and we are out of time. We are done and done and done. We thank you all for being with us, and we hope you're with us tomorrow at 1. Be with us tomorrow, 4 o'clock, for our usual recap of the 1 o'clock NFL games on after the first half. We also give you the AP top 25 in football, and I do believe basketball, unless I'm wrong with that. But we do give you the AP top 25 football rankings. All that and a whole lot more, of course, wraps it up at midnight with Sports Final. So until tomorrow at 4 o'clock on After the First Half, I'm Steve, the Backsman Baxley, saying, hope you have a great night in the West Coast and a good morning on the East Coast. Sleep well and salute your shorts. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll see you tomorrow night at midnight, everybody. Until then, for everybody here at Sports Finals, Steve Baxley. Good night.